Hello, my friends. Welcome, welcome. We'll give it just a minute or two for you guys to hop on and join us. And sorry for the weird day and random time change and day change. That's all my fault. But life happens, you know. All right. I'm waiting to see y'all pop on. I'm hoping you guys got the notification that we're going on today. Oh, I got one. All right. Catherine made it. Hey, Catherine. Welcome. Let's see. I'm going to give it just another minute. Gotta message those people that wanted me to remind them real quick. Ooh, we've got Jennifer Falcon, one of our lovely teachers, Miss Pinup Miami, of course. And then just so you guys know, tonight is another fun vendor spotlight night. We'll introduce her in a little bit. I do have like one or two quick announcements kind of thing. And hopefully you guys can't hear my phone going off a bunch. So I'll go ahead and just get started. And then this is all recorded anyway, so you guys can check it out later. But, I'll ask my normal question. What's everybody drinking tonight? I actually have a drink again. I don't know what you call it. It's like a blue Hawaiian. I don't know if that has rum in it or not, but mine has rum and pineapple juice and blue curacao. I can never say it, whatever you call it, but it's delicious. Okay, so while you guys are popping in what you guys are going to be drinking on tonight. Oh, Suzanne's here. Oh, and she's looking at us from YouTube. Just so you guys know, we do stream on Facebook group, Facebook page, and on our YouTube channel. So if you guys ever like want to get, make things a little interesting and switch it up, you guys can join on our YouTube channel too, which actually does help our algorithm because, we love algorithms. They're fantastic. So if you guys want to watch on YouTube, we can still see your comments, and you should still be able to see any comments I pop on here. You won't be able to read all the Facebook group comments, I don't believe. But I like to pop all y'all's comments up here and your questions, so you shouldn't feel detached from the group world. Catherine's drinking her usual vodka on the rocks, of course, yummy as always. And then Suzanne's got Gentleman Jack on the rocks. Oh, you got fancy tonight. All right. And then anybody else? I don't think so. Okay, but while y'all are telling me that, my ADD, y'all, reminder about class kits. Please purchase your class kits sooner rather than later. If y'all have questions or concerns about them, please message me. I am back in office for the most part now. I mean, as you can see, this room is kind of a mess because we have guests here. We had a family passing, and so we got a big family, so we host a lot of people here. So that's why this room is a little chaotic right now. But I'm back, and so I should be able to answer questions like within the same day again, instead of making y'all wait a little bit. And so yeah, but buy your class kits. If you have questions, ask me. And I did want to mention one more thing, that there was an email. If anybody's in the Sahara dress class, which is the burrito roll class, I say that wrong all the time, but yeah, the teacher sent out an email to everybody based on whether you wanted a kid size or an adult size and how to measure and all that stuff. So if you check your spam, make sure you reply back to that so that they can tell you what that class kit's going to cost you and your different options you can do. I believe there's 30 of you guys in that class too. So if you guys can get on that and check it out, I would much appreciate it. And again, if you have any issues with that, please let me know. That would have come. Oh, and they had created a Facebook group too that you can join related to that class, which is pretty cool, something a little different. And you can go on there, and they can also help you with, if you have questions about or confusion about how you should measure and things, email them back. They're really friendly, and they'll definitely help you out. So I did want to throw that out there. Thank you, Catherine. She said, sorry for your loss. I had family here too, just went back and now I'm recovering. Yeah, there's always recovery after being around a ton of family a lot, especially if you're a natural introvert, kind of like me. Catherine says, I haven't seen an email, but I'll double check that. Yeah, check your spam folders. Make sure it didn't like fall into spam land. I know my emails I send out from our business email happens to do it quite a bit. So I usually will follow up with Facebook Messenger just to make sure. But and Suzanne says YouTube casts to the TV better than Facebook. That's good to know. Yeah, we watch YouTube on our TV a lot. Okay, good. All right. So I think those were. Oh, and then one more thing I want to throw out. Okay. So I know some of you guys are going to come on here because you want to know what new vendors we've gotten. That's terrible language. We've had join us in the past couple of weeks since I've been, MIA. We have 2 that I can announce today, and I will announce it after we have our vendor spotlight tonight with Kathy. And I'm really excited about both of them. I think you guys are going to love them both. And one of them is a highly requested item you guys have been asking me to get a vendor for. So I'm excited for that. And then another thing is we have a couple more vendors that are in work that aren't 100% officially ready to be announced yet, but there's like 3 of them. So we're definitely filling up both the vendor halls so that you guys have a lot of shopping options. And trust me when I say all of them are so different from each other. Even if we have multiple fabric designers or multiple embroidery designers and things like that, or hardware makers and all that, they're all so unique from each other. So I'm really excited for you guys to learn about those. And one of them, fingers crossed, they're a big name, and I think all of you guys have heard about them before, but I can't spill the beans on that one yet. So stay tuned after the interview with Kathy so that you guys can learn all about what's coming up for you guys. And yeah. Okay, so without further ado, so I'm going to introduce one of our vendors. She's coming, and an amazing lady, and I'm like obsessed with all her products, especially the Jurassic Park round that just came out, because as you guys know, Luke is obsessed with dinosaurs. So this is Kathy from, hopefully I get it right, Ait Said Creations of Fabric. So I'm going to add her in now. Welcome, Kathy.
Yeah, you did good on that one. Yeah. Thank you.
Practicing. I had to practice. So welcome. Thanks for joining.
Thanks for having me.
Okay, so we'll make this as informal. I remembered the word. As informal as possible, kind of like we did last Wine and Chat a few weeks ago. And we've got a couple questions, but it's just us hanging out and then letting everybody know who you are and what you're going to bring to the expo. So if you'd like to start, give us a little information, like what is your company, what do you guys do and provide, and all that fun stuff.
Well, at first we started off doing just custom fabrics. I had started making kids clothing and stuff like that because we cloth diapered my son and just couldn't find anything that would fit him. So I just kind of progressed from doing kids clothes to going into custom fabrics because they're just so awesome. All you want to do is collect them all. But and then it's like I noticed with a lot of companies that with pre-orders and stuff, you only have a certain amount of time to buy them, and you have to hope and dream eventually that they rerun, or otherwise you have to buy as much as you think you're going to need in the future. And so I ended up just starting selling the fabrics and have always open pre-order, because I know as somebody who was making kids clothes to sell, your customers see something that you made and like, oh, I want that, but I'm like, yeah, unfortunately I can't get that because it's not running anymore. So I decided to have always available pre-order. So yeah. And we added in sorry if you hear screaming, I've got a 3-year-old and a 7-year-old autistic 7-year-old that love to play with each other, and that's usually one yelling at the other. Yeah. So the 3-year-old is telling the 7-year-old what to do right now.
That's life,
Exactly. And then and we sort of just evolved and added in the hardware as well. So we do have zipper tapes, zipper pulls, and just adding general hardware and everything like that too. And just started dipping our feet into vinyl as well. I'm sure you saw our most recent Harry Potter vinyl, which I've got a picture to show everybody later. Yeah.
Yay! Yes, I'm like so
Yep.
excited about that. That one is so neat. It's heat changing.
Heat sensitive, yeah. It's
There
like you
you
can change it with your body heat, or even if you're just like here in Florida out in the sun, the
go.
heat,
Well,
just the sunlight and the heat, yeah, the heat will change it. I think one of my strikers kind of like measured it, and it was about 88 degrees. It changes from black to reveal some more orders map. So
that is so cool. Oh, that's scientific.
I know, right? I was like, when she had that, I'm like, how'd you even measure that? But I'm like, I'm not gonna ask any questions. Some of my strikers, like one of them's a chemist, another one is, like it's all sorts of crazy. So I'm like, hey, whatever you tell me, I'm gonna believe you, because if that's your expertise, then I'm gonna believe it.
That's so cool. And so you said you have like the always available pre-orders, right? So they
Yep.
can go into anything you've run in the past and just order it.
Yep, everything, all my designs are available on my website, and you can just go on and pick whatever base you want. And I put in fabric orders on the 1st and the 15th every month. So
Yeah.
whatever time period you, whenever you purchase it, just whatever the next date is I submit my fabric orders. That's when it goes in, and then my turnaround time, it's in there is 4 to 6 weeks, which is typical or pretty quick for the custom fabric world. But
Mhm.
typically, I get it out within 3 to 4 weeks. So
That's amazing.
yeah,
So,
and we
and
have
I just want to show
some
this is your
bases.
website, correct? I have it right.
Yep,
Okay.
that's it. Yeah.
And then so if you just go on here, right, you can see that you guys have hardware, both retail and pre-order. You have in-stock fabric, so that's your
Yep.
retail, right?
Yep.
And then you've got the pre-order, and then the list of all the things you have on here is insane.
I know, it's crazy. I try to, narrow it down a little bit to kind of make it easier for people to find the different designs they want. But I also try and put in keywords too on all of the fabrics to make them a little bit easier to search for as well. But
Right.
yeah,
And
as you can
so
see, that's
down here you have your recent adders, correct?
yes.
Okay.
Yep.
I mean that's so cool. And then
Yep.
the themes are just like so great, and they're all, so many different varieties. I love it.
Oh yeah, the Jurassic Park I went a little crazy on. Every time I'd sit there, be designing, and all of a sudden the couch, both my boys love Jurassic Park and dinosaurs,
Oh yeah.
especially with the panels. I'd sit there and make one panel, and my son's like, "No, Mosasaurus. No, I want this one. No, I want this one." So you can thank my boys for having umpteen million choices
Yes,
for panels.
that's awesome. We definitely
So,
love it.
yep.
So what else was I gonna ask you? See, this is why I have lists. Okay, so what are you thinking you're gonna bring to So Magical this year? I'm super excited. I'm interested. I want to know. Can you spill anything?
Yes, for sure. We're definitely going to be having lots of fabric. I do plan on bringing some fabrics that I don't have on my website, so they're going to be more so exclusives for So Magical. And I'm going to be having all different bases. I'm bringing some canvas, some vinyls, wovens, and athletic, and even some cotton stretch or cotton lycra. But I've already started stocking up, and I'm going to have everything prepared, so that way it's all like folded up nice and neat. I am going to be cutting them into half yards, just because I know with people flying and whatnot, it's going to be a little bit easier for them to pack it. So, but and also, of course, always going to be able to take orders if they need more, or larger quantities. But and yeah, I'm definitely going to be bringing lots of hardware. I'm going to be restocking all my Star Wars
Cool.
hardware. So I have the Stormtrooper, both the Imperial and the New Order,
Wow.
and more of Grogu. And then I've got the Mandalorian helmet,
Yes.
and of course the Harry Potter ones that I've got. I got the Chocolate Frog, Deathly Hollows. Like, I don't know if you seen the Chocolate Frog ones before. They are massive. I mean,
I haven't seen them in person.
Here we go.
Oh my gosh, those are so big. I love big pools.
Oh, I know. I mean, I have pretty big hands, so it's like this thing is massive.
That's a great
Especially compared to our dinosaurs. I mean, the dinosaurs are pretty big, but I mean,
that's big.
But it is big, so it's a big statement piece. So we've got the Chocolate Frog, Deathly Hollows, and then couple of other Disney ones, and I'm planning on bringing some new Christmas stuff. So some new Christmas poles and stuff like that. So it's gonna be first spot you can get them is at the Expo,
Oh yes.
and a couple webbings because we also do carry custom webbing.
Yes.
So where it's the
brain.
sublimated printed. This is the faux brain one that I've got here,
Yeah.
but yeah, I have planning on bringing a couple different ones. So
Perfect for
definitely
Halloween.
Yep, this one's perfect for Halloween, and this is still available on my site. This and the blood splatter.
Really?
So
The blood
which I
splatter is still available?
know that's why I was surprised. Like the caution tape, I still have a little bit left of that, but I was surprised the blood splatter was just like, okay, hey, people still have a little bit of time before Halloween anyway. So
Yeah, I definitely want to get some of the caution tape too. That's so cool.
yeah, the zipper tape too for the caution tape was really cool. That's where I had the
Yes.
yeah,
Very
that's
unique.
the gunmetal. Oh yeah. And it can be used for quite a few different things. That's where I like to try and if I do a theme that you can use it for multiple different things rather than one specific. So
Yeah. So
yeah.
Catherine says that she loves big pools too.
Yeah. It's easier to grip on.
Yes, and it definitely does make a statement, on like
It
backpacks
does.
especially, or like nice messenger bags. Definitely, a bigger bag, you need a bigger pool.
Exactly.
Oh,
Yep.
that's so cool. And then so I'm excited to see what the Expo exclusives are too. And those are gonna be like a secret. You're gonna surprise us later.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna surprise you guys with those later.
I
Yep.
mean, I don't even know what they are yet. So like I'll be surprised too. I can't wait.
Oh yes. Yeah. No, we plan on having exclusive, like at least exclusive pole, exclusive webbing, and even some new zipper tapes and stuff like that too. So
Oh,
yeah.
fantastic. I can't wait. So if anybody has questions, y'all can comment in the comment section and I will make sure to bring up the comments and we can interject them in between our topics if anybody has any. So are you planning on doing anything special with your booth? Like make it interactive anyway, or you gonna do anything special?
I am. Actually, I am planning on bringing kind of like a big, almost like a trough, but like a big planter, and pretty much going to fill it up with pulse. It's going to be like, kind of how if you go to the theme parks and you see those like little toys or little rocks where the kids can fill up their own little bag.
Mhm.
Well, we're doing that with pulse. We have these really cool holographic bags with
Yeah,
our logo on it that everybody's going to be able to sit there and fill up that little bag with whatever pulls they want for one price.
that's
So
awesome. That'll be so much fun. Everybody likes little like scavenger hunts, I feel like, or to feel like they've
yeah,
discovered something and it's not just laid out. That'll definitely make your booth so much fun to go visit.
right. Yeah, that way too. Because I mean, it's like everybody loves the 5 packs of the poles, but this way you can make your own pack and get what ones you will use, and that way just have fun looking around and whatnot. So
That's awesome. So, okay, question came in. Catherine said she wanted to know where the name Ait Said originated from.
it is actually my last name. My husband is from Morocco, and he's a native Moroccan or Berber, which is one of the mountain ranges in Morocco, and
Mm-hmm.
that is his last name is Ait Said, which actually means happy family in Berber.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's crazy. He speaks like 5 languages.
Are you
I'm
serious?
like, yeah, I'm like, here I am, measly, 2 languages. And it's just like, yeah, when we first met, it's like he speaks English, French, Arabic, Moroccan, Berber, and then he speaks a little bit of Spanish and a little bit of German. So technically, like 5 fluently and 2 semi fluently.
That's insane. I can barely do English.
Right?
Michelle says she can't stay for long, but she's very excited to meet you this year.
I'll be very excited to see you as well.
And Michelle,
Definitely looking forward to meeting people in face. Like seeing everybody online is one thing, but actually putting names with faces is really cool. So
yeah, it's great to
that's
see
where,
like vendors who have big followers coming out to the expo just to meet like the people behind the company, and it just shows how much love and like support all these small businesses have. And so I'm
right?
excited that you're gonna get that ability too.
Right. And I'm super excited about it. It was actually funny yesterday. I went over to the Cass Co-op
Mhm.
over Kagan's Crossing area, which is, in near Claremont. And actually one of the vendors there was using my fabrics to sell their items. So it's like I
Really?
got to see my own fabric like out in the wild and
So cool.
yeah, and she's like, "Oh my gosh!" She's like, "I just got my package from Jurassic Park." And I'm like, "Well, if you're this close to me, just let me know. You could pick it up, or I could bring it to you here." Because I was actually dropping off fabric to somebody else, some family friends that were there, and I had to go to the post office anyway. So I'm like, "Ah, let me just drop it off since I'm passing by." And she's like, "Oh my gosh, I didn't even realize." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm literally like, another few minutes down the street." So
That is awesome. Yeah, I definitely am gonna be taking you up on that. I love local vendors that are from Orlando.
right, yeah.
I don't know who this is, Facebook user, but they said they love your items and that you are a great vendor.
Oh, thank you. Definitely love to see that.
Lori from Texas says, "Hi guys." Hey Lori.
Hi, Lori.
And then Catherine says, "It definitely makes meeting you more personal." So that's cool to
It
hear.
it does, yeah, and everybody will be meeting my mom as well. She's flying down from Syracuse to come help me, and my dad's
Really?
helping. He's coming. My mom and dad are flying down for it. My dad's staying home with my husband to take care of the boys, and then mom's coming to help me with the show. So,
That is awesome. It's great when it becomes like a family affair too.
well, because I mean, family's been doing actually craft shows for gosh, I don't know how many years. We did that growing up. We traveled the whole East Coast. My mom sold dried floral arrangements, and my dad made furniture.
Really?
So, of course, growing up, I did all like the own self business and stuff like that. So, growing up, I'm like, oh, I hate this so much. I'm never owning my own business, and here I am.
Now look at you. And now you're a vendor at a show too.
Exactly. I'm like, oh my gosh. When I told my mom, she's like, oh, you're coming full circle.
It's just like we told you so.
Right? Exactly. Hey.
Lisa, she's one of our teachers, and she said that she's excited to see your booth as well.
I'm super excited to have it. Like, been planning it out and sketching and whatnot. So it's been fun trying to come up with the whole layout and everything. Hopefully everybody loves it.
Yeah, I'm always excited to see, like, all I do is give you guys get a certain size space, and then you guys just
Right.
configure it however you want. And I'm always excited to see the ideas that come up with, because I sit back, I'm like, I wouldn't have thought of that, but I mean, it works great. So I'm
Yeah.
excited.
Yeah, exactly.
Catherine said the story about your parents. She said it's funny how things come back to haunt you.
Oh, I know. That's because it's like, of course, teenager, everything that's gonna happen. I'm like, the three things, of course, I would always say I'm never gonna do is I'm never going to have kids. I
No,
have two
no.
now. Not gonna have a minivan, and that's what I drive. And then it's like, and then never gonna own my own business. So of course, all the three things I'm never gonna do, I of course have them.
I
But
mean, you
of
should
course,
just say that you'll never own $1 million, and it sounds like it might happen to you.
exactly. That's what I should just do. So that way, it's like, but I might be a little bit too late now. I think you might have to do it when you're, a teenager or whatnot. So.
Yeah, we're past that time in our lives, aren't we?
Oh, I know.
So I wanted to ask, are you currently running any like special orders? Like, besides Jurassic Park, have you come out with anything new that like maybe people don't know about yet, or just
Well, of
out?
course, we just closed the pre-order for this, but I am going to be I will have retail for when it arrives, but then also I will be having it at the expo as well. This is
Yes.
yes. Of course, my hands probably aren't super hot, the air conditioning and whatnot. Yeah, no. So that's why I came prepared. So
Oh,
you add a little bit of heat, and then it reveals. Oh, there we go. There's the camera.
Marauder's map.
Marauder's map.
That is so cool. I love
Yep.
it. And especially in Florida heat, if you make a bag out of that and take it out to like Universal, and it just
Yeah,
magically reveals. Tell me that wouldn't like blow people's mind. It's genius.
it does. Yeah, I know. Like because when I first got the original sample piece,
Hmm.
I made a little sunshine bag and crossbody just to try it out to see how it sewed up on my domestic and everything. And I gifted it to my friend who lives in upstate New York, and she didn't quite realize what it was. She just thought it was black with like glitter on the side, and had the Harry Potter fabric from Edendale on the inside and as a strap. Well, then she had it in her car, and then all of a sudden she looked down and she's like, what? Like, and it showed the reverse map on there. So she was like super shocked. I mean, even if just sitting in the car in the sun up in New York, it revealed. So that's definitely super cool. But yeah, no, I was very excited when I saw this. I'm like, oh, that's just so cool. And of course, here I was thinking I wasn't going to get into vinyl and whatnot. And I'm like, okay, at least this one's something, completely different. I know a lot of the vendors do have the general shimmers, and some have the heat sensitive that change from like one color to a different color.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is pretty crazy. This is pretty awesome. And of course, just had to go with the Marauders map on the
Mhm.
first round of this. So of
Of
course now
course.
I'm like, okay, how can I top this now? So I'm like,
I don't know. You gotta come up with
I
something good.
know, I know. That's why I'm brainstorming, and I did put a poll on my VIP group just to see what people would be looking for. Of course, they're like more Harry Potter and Star Wars and some Disney stuff. And I'm like, okay, I have to come up with something to make it work.
That's awesome. So you said you tested the vinyl on your domestic. So your vinyl is domestic
Yep,
friendly?
it is. It is. I own a as you can see it right here. It's the Brother SE 600. I had to double check on it. But yeah, no, it is domestic friendly. It's not sticky like how some of the
The
different
glitter.
vinyls can be kind of super sticky. Yeah,
Yeah.
the glitter vinyls and stuff like that are really sticky, and you kind of really have to like push it through. And
Right.
on the backside, it's like a soft felt,
Okay. Yeah.
so it's really it was awesome on my domestic. I didn't have any issues with it. I actually even just made a lolly backpack
Hmm.
for one of my son's para teachers. She for the end of the year, I made everybody bags, and they were all Disney themed. And she reached out to me. She's like, "Can you make me a Harry Potter one?" I'm like, "Yes, I can. Just give me
Hmm.
a little bit. I have this really cool vinyl coming." And she was like, "Oh my!" She was so excited. And yeah, that's actually my latest TikTok video was with the bag, and even birthing it and everything like that was super easy. So
That's so cool. Oh,
yeah,
and so Catherine says that she loves it's domestic friendly. It would also it would work on her vintage machines too. She always does like hand crank
yeah.
machines and like
Oh, that's
vintage.
awesome.
And then
Yeah,
so she had the idea. What about mood vinyl? Maybe like a
yeah,
mood ring. And then
yeah. The
Lisa
mood ring.
said, yeah. And then Lisa said, I like this one too. Do one that reveals a haunted mansion ghost when it pops out, like when
That
it
would be
reveals.
cool. That's a good idea,
Yeah, I mean, who doesn't love the Hatbox Ghost?
right?
That's so cool.
Yeah.
And so you have a TikTok, right?
Yep. Yeah, we
So
do have
what are
TikTok.
what are all the ways people can like follow you, learn about you, all that stuff?
Man, well, we're on Facebook, obviously. Facebook. We've got TikTok. We've got Instagram. I'm on Pinterest as well. Um, let's see. And of course, through email. I do have some Etsy stuff. Usually that's where I'll sell my pulls as singles,
Hmm.
and rather than the 5 packs. I put my zipper tape and zipper pulls on Etsy, and then yeah, and through email. So
Yeah.
lots of different ways to reach out to me. So
Okay.
but yeah, no, this is like, and for our, because right now we're starting to get my strakes out for our next round, which is going to be our Halloween and revealing some new Harry Potter fabrics.
Ooh.
So yeah, I have a sneak peek of a new Harry Potter fabric that we
Yeah.
have coming out, is this kind of shadow box look.
Oh, that is so neat. I love the colors too.
Yeah, and so that's one of the new ones we have out, and these are already available on the site, but it's all the house colors.
I know people have such a hard time finding that, and those would make the perfect ties. Like if you wanted to make the ties yourself, and we have the
Yep.
wand holder class. That would be
Yeah,
perfect for the wand holder class.
we've got all of the diagonal stripes. We've got quite a few different like coordinates and stuff like that. I mean, a lot of our stuff is, good as either, main fabric or even just coordinates too.
Yeah.
So.
How neat. So Lisa asked, can you make a Facebook post of the places to find her? So if you would like to, after Wine and Chat, if you want to go on to our group and post, a link to your group. I think it's already on here on this, where you guys are watching this at the top when I tagged her in it. It should be in there. But your group, your website, your TikTok, all your Instagram, all that fun stuff.
All that fun stuff, yeah.
And they all seem to like the Haunted Mansion Ghost idea. So, we'll tell them to join your group and put it on your poll too.
Right? Yeah, there you go. I haven't closed it up yet, so.
Okay, good. One of our vendors, Connie, she's saying hi as well. Hi, Connie.
Hi, Connie.
So that's awesome. I'm so excited to see the new stuff coming out. Random question. What is one of your favorite items that you've ever sold or that you love to sell the most? We'll leave it open-ended.
Oh, gosh. I mean, honestly, I love all the Jurassic Park stuff.
Yeah.
I was destined to be a boy mom, really, because it's like, I'm huge,
Marvel.
like, I have a Spider-Man chair. I mean, I've got a Spider-Man tattoo. I'm a huge Marvel fan and just like overall geek. And I worked 6 years at Universal. And I was like right next door to Jurassic Park. So a lot of times I'd, walk through or walk behind it. So you hear the theme music and everything. And, and just growing up in the 90s, of course, who didn't love Jurassic Park? That was like an epic, epic movie. Between that and Titanic, right? No.
Yeah, that's true. Although it was true when you were a kid to watch all hours of Titanic.
Oh, I know. It was something, it was definitely a challenge. But I mean, so it's just like Jurassic Park and all the dinosaurs and stuff like that. So, but then of course the Harry Potter Heat vinyl has come up pretty close to being pretty awesome too. So
yeah, that one's so neat. I'm so excited to see like new and fun, interesting ideas like that. But I also like that your dinosaur round, that your pools could be used multi-purpose. So you have like the little Jeep, right? We were talking about this, the little Jeep. That's the Jurassic Park Jeep. But like, we've been talking in the So Magical group about how I've just acquired a Jeep and I'm now obsessed with Jeep life, and how that would be perfect to go. Sorry. Yes, it's perfect. And how you can easily put that like on a Jeep bag or something like that.
Oh yeah, no, like I said, at first I really wanted to have like the Jurassic Park logo on the Jeep, but then when I had received the sketches from the manufacturer, I was like, okay, it doesn't look horrible without it. And my one of my strikers was like, you know what? It actually works out perfect because you can use it for Jurassic Park, then you can also use it for non-Jurassic Park Jeep stuff. So
yeah,
like, yeah, there we go, multi-purpose.
And the Jeep fans out there, they're crazy, man. There's a lot of them.
Oh yeah.
Well, did you have anything else that you wanted to talk about or mention tonight?
I mean, I do already have like all of my everybody we've got our little postcards for all the bags and stuff like that already. So I'm gonna have to come drop these off to you at some point. So
yes.
Yeah.
So we got
all of our information. Oh, I know. That's where I'm like, trying to get all like the different things between that and just, of course, now I'm like, okay, now we're starting to get down to the wire, especially if it's like we want to have it made or anything like that. It's like, oh boy, we gotta start getting on it. Yeah, exactly. But no, that's why it's like I've already started stocking up and getting everything ready, prepared. But no, I'm just really excited and looking forward to meeting everybody there at the show. And of course, I'm like glad my mom's coming too, because it's like, okay, Mom, you can stay at the booth while I go out and meet people and stuff like that too. So I'm not going to be exactly. Go shopping all the other vendors because I know a few of my favorites are coming too. So I'm like really excited.
Oh, you have some favorites that you're excited to meet? Who? I can guess, but
Uh, and one of my probably top is probably Melanie from Zarel, just because like I
yes.
love her pulls. Like oh, like I have this huge. I made myself a carry-on bag with all marble fabric from Cruikshanks from Canada,
Uh-huh.
and all of her pulls are on it. And I was just like sitting there the entire flight, flying up to see my parents. I'm like holding on to this bag because it's just like oh, I just it was so awesome. But no, it was definitely I definitely have a lot of her pulls and stuff like that. So super excited.
Yeah, that's so cool. Well, I'm glad that you get to meet some people too. And then you're also going to be part of the ribbon scavenger hunt that we've talked about in the
Yep, we are.
past. So I'm
Yep.
excited. And so we're not going to reveal to anybody what all the sayings are going to be yet, but they should know that your booth will also have a ribbon. So they need to definitely
Yep.
go check it out, say hi, meet you, and
Yep.
then get their ribbon and then check out all the cool things that you're going to have at your booth.
Oh yeah, it's gonna have lots of different stuff. So
Wonderful. Well, thank you again so much for coming on
thanks for
tonight.
having me.
If I'll leave, if anybody has any more questions, please drop them in. But you can stay on. I'm going to lower you down and talk a little bit
Okay.
more, and then you can comment still in the comment section. And then
Awesome.
yeah, I thank you again so much for coming on, and we're so excited to have you as a vendor. I'm so happy that we found each other, and I think people are just going to love your booth and all your products you bring.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for having me, and everybody have a great rest of the weekend.
Have a good night.
You too.
Okay, I'm saying good night to Kathy, you guys, not you guys. Like you guys stay on. I'm not done. Okay, so just so you guys know, we're gonna have the next wine and chat. I'm gonna put it up probably tomorrow because you know how I am after I get off this. I will have the next wine and chat on the 16th, which is yes, it's in 5 days. I am trying to catch up and get you guys some good juicy wine and chats more often. That will be on Friday. I think we're gonna do it at 6 o'clock or 6:30. I have to go double check, but it will be with Emporium Threads. She has been posting some amazing stuff on the group, giving you guys some sneak peeks. And she just like revamped her website and is putting some really cool stuff. She's going to be one of the ones that has some custom bag tags for you guys. So definitely make sure you guys hop on Wine and Chat this Friday as well. And yeah, you guys can ask me questions at any time during this as well. And I will make sure I answer them. Like we have one. Suzanne's asking, any idea when the So Magical Expo fabric will be available retail wise? Yeah, so the fabric, I just got notification from my supplier that the fabric is en route. Yeah, Catherine, I'm answering the question, girl. I got you. Our fabric is en route from our supplier. And obviously, it takes a little bit to get here. And this is my first time doing this, so bear with me. I'm also attempting to figure out a setup to cut fabric because, like, large amounts of it because there's a lot. So I will get that in, and I will be shipping that out to you as fast as humanly possible. And yeah, so I'm estimating probably in the next. Gosh, nobody quote me. I'm sorry. I'm playing with the little ducky and I'm squeaking over here. Don't quote me, but probably in the next, if shipping goes well, nothing gets stuck in customs, like 2 to 3 weeks, I should have things starting to ship out. And you guys will get notifications that your order was fulfilled and that you have a shipping notice with your tracking number and everything. I will then count everything that I have remaining. Some of it will be on the website prior to the expo. Some of it we will be holding for the actual expo, and we'll have some items at the expo, but also online. And that also goes for our swag as well. We're going to have swag online before the expo, but also at the expo. So if you guys want to get your stuff early and, like come in, like like hot, coming hot into the expo, already wearing your swag or with stuff you've already made. We'll have it available for you guys. And if you guys have like special requests and you don't see it on the website, please message me and I'll let you know if I will or will not have it, or, you know, we'll make something work. And yes, Catherine, you and Suzanne do think alike, it sounds like. I cannot wait for you two to meet each other, because Catherine came the first year and then Suzanne came the second year. And then this will be the year that you guys get to meet. And I'm very excited. I'm very excited for the people that couldn't come during COVID year, or the people that weren't here the first year, to finally all come together, because it sounds like there's going to be a huge melting pot this year. It's going to be great. So yeah, so if you guys have any more questions, I hope I answered your questions, Suzanne and Catherine. Fabric's coming. I got you. And then that fabric also, some of it's getting allocated to things like the quilt block party will have So Magical Expo fabric on it, which will be really neat. And there's a few other things. Ooh, this is a cute idea. Lisa, she's one of our awesome teachers. She's doing, oh gosh, you're teaching a 3D printing class, a Japanese knot bag, the Harry Potter altered book class, and I'm missing one. Oh, you're teaching 2 ears classes, the Mary Poppin ears, which is like a basic ears class, but with like embellishments, really cute. And then the pin trading ear class, which is a no-sew ear class, in case you want to make ears, but you're not a sewist, or you just don't want to sew ears and you want to try something new. They're really cute. They're like the cork, and you can put your pins that you trade on them. Fun idea. But yes, love the idea. Lisa says we need special So Magical Expo teacher shirts. Yeah, I can look into that. Message me afterwards and remind me, because I don't have my notebook to write anything down right now. But yeah, I love that idea. We should get some like vendor shirts too. I don't know. We'll figure something out. That'd be cool. Maybe we'll figure it out. Okay, so who's ready for a new vendor announcement? Okay, so I'm gonna announce the next 2 vendors. The first one I was like sneak peek talking about on thanks, Lisa. Lisa I got the Facebook notification that she messaged me about the teacher shirts. You're fast, girl. So this vendor that I'm getting ready to announce, I sneak peek talked about it on a couple days ago, and I was going to announce it, but again, life happened. And so if you guys follow Okla Roots, and I know a ton of you guys are Okla Roots obsessed, we even have a meetup related to her, and I'm not 100% sure if she's coming or not, but there's a whole meetup about Okla Roots, which is fantastic. And I follow her Instagram stories because I'm always on this lookout for, new and different companies. And she always seems to find all these small businesses that I've just never seen before. And she posted about a couple, she posted about 2 or 3 of them a couple days ago, and I hadn't heard about, and I looked them up and I thought they were really interesting companies. So of course, I messaged them because I'm actually, catching up on messaging new vendors, right? And she agreed right away, and she's so excited. I believe they're out in Texas, I want to say. I got to double check, but without further ado, so we're going to have I hope I'm not saying this wrong, cast iron or castine handcrafted. She has, they have the SoFuse that you guys have been asking me for interfacing, like bring a vendor for interfacing. So she does make bags. She does have finished goods and things like that, but she has interfacing, and I know that was like a big request. So I'm going to try to pull up the window so you guys can see it. Castine, maybe. Okay, can you guys see that? All right, cool, you do. This is her website, so you can go on here and check her out. I will have this loaded on the website, and I'm going to announce it on Instagram and Facebook tomorrow. But if you go down, she has all these amazing categories of, things that she makes and sells as well. But my favorite right here, look at this. SoFuse interfacing, guys. She has interfacing. I know everybody's always looking for a good interfacing option that's not necessarily like having to drive to Joann's. And I know everybody wants to, help out local companies and buy from there versus, the big brands. So she's going to have that, and she's going to have some finished made goods as well. Let me see. I believe I have some. Yep, I have some pictures to show you guys. Oh my gosh, am I showing the right one? Yes, here. Because I have the stuff for the other vendor. So these are some of her bags. These are so beautiful that she makes and sells. And then, of course, she's got the interfacing, which I've shown you guys on her website, and you can definitely check her out ahead of time. So she's going to be coming, or I'm assuming I shouldn't assume that. They will be coming this year. So very excited about that. And I know they're very excited to be coming out and participating this year. So that is vendor announcement number 1. And hopefully we can get them on here as well so that they can tell you a little bit more about themselves. Catherine, great question. SoFuse is comparable to which interfacing that is standard for bags? So I think there's different types. I think just like there's different interfacing types, I think there's like SoFuse regular, SoFuse plus. Let me see. I'm going to, while we're sitting here talking, I'm going to look to see if I can. I'm not 100% sure, but I will try to ask that question as well. I'm not 100% sure. I'm going to assume it's probably close to SF 101, but yeah, if anybody knows that answer, you can, drop that down here. I am not an expert on this stuff. This is why we have vendors who are experts on these things to bring them in. Oh yes, there's different thicknesses. There's SoFuse regular. I believe there's like SoFuse plus, and I think there's one more. But I believe it is just interfacing. It's not stabilizer. If that helps answer that question. So yes, Catherine, there are different thicknesses. I don't know if this question is for me or about the vendor, about you coming to Orlando. But yes, our expo is based currently. Our main event is in Orlando, Kissimmee. It's right next to Disney in the fall each year. There's always hope and plans for future expansions into other states. So hopefully by this expo, we can announce whether or not we've made it a contract to another state and where it's going to be. So that's to be said later. Okay, and then the other, let me see if I can do this ahead of time. The other vendor we have is a new one as well, and they reached out to us and they make bags. But I want to show you this one bag. The company's called Made by, see, and I'm terrible at pronouncing things. I told you guys I barely speak English. It's Made by Nikita, I believe is how you say it. Nikita. Again, I will get confirmation on these things. But what I love is people that are bag makers that make bags for makers. Does that make sense? Coming up with a solution for people. And so she's got some amazing bags. I'm sure some of you guys know some of these patterns. They're super cute. She also does a lot of in the hoop embroidery items. And I believe she said she's going to have an interactive booth as well, where she's going to be doing monogramming and key fobs and hand sanitizers, I think, on the spot there. So that'll be really neat. I know a lot of you guys can do it yourself, but how many of you guys can get it on demand? Question. But look how cool this is. This idea she had was to take this bag with some, it looks like waterproof canvas on the inside, but put your tools, your tools. This is the perfect class bag. So if you guys have like a Ziploc baggie like I do half the time to tote around all my tools to a class, and look, she's even got the clips in there. I love this idea. So she definitely wanted to cater to you guys and what you would need and how that would look. So another great vendor that we're going to be having this year. And that one, I'll probably post this one the day after I do cast iron handcrafted. But you guys are hearing it first. So anybody not watching tonight, they're missing out because they missed Kathy and they missed awesome vendor announcements before everybody else. Okay, let me see, because I think I have a comment. Yes, ma'am. Yes, Catherine, love the bag for the clips and the scissors. Yes, I agree. I think it's just something different and fun because I think we all have like the metal tin that you get the clips in from Amazon, right? And I hate that because I feel like I always forget to put the lid on and I knock it off my table at least once a week and I have clips everywhere. Or is that just me? Or am I the only clumsy person here? um, so yeah, so those were the two vendors I want to announce, and then hopefully I can announce on the next Wine and Chat maybe one more vendor. It'll be awesome. I'm very excited. So we're getting close to the end, but I did want to mention. I know I've talked about this a couple Wine and Chats ago. I'm always talking about other expos that you guys might like. Yes, we compete with them, of course, but I want you guys to be able to experience as many things as possible, especially if you can't make it out to our expo because, traveling or whatever reason, right? So there's a fun one called Applique Getaway out in Texas every year. I believe they canceled last year because of COVID, but they're back this year and it's the end of this month. So it's like, oh gosh, it's like in 2 weeks. I'm going out to it this year. And one of our vendors and teachers, our vendors, is going to be a vendor and teacher out there. We talked to her last week, String Theory Fabric Art. And so she'll be out there, but I'll be out there. There's going to be I say quite a few. I know of at least 6 So Magical Expo squad people who are going to be out there as well. So if you see me, I'm going to be wearing my SME shirts the whole time. I'm sure I'm going to get yelled at by somebody, but I'll be out there repping. And if you guys see me, come find me and maybe I'll have something fun to give away. But yeah, I have mission going out there, but I'm also going to learn because I don't get to learn at my own expo, which is terrible. It stinks. But so if you guys are going out, let me know. Come say hi to me. And we've got at least one of my teachers are coming, and then some people from year 1 are coming, and it'll be a lot of fun. So it's more on the embroidery side of the house of crafting, but there are some basic sewing, and they have some really interesting sounding business-based classes, which we're hoping to also be adding in to the expo more in the future. Oh, Catherine's working this summer, so she can't make it out. But yeah, I'm excited because we get a lot of people from Texas that come into the expo. I guess because they're fairly close to us. It's a hop skip over the Gulf of Mexico to get to us. But we have now at least 3 vendors from Texas. Plus, I know quite a few people that fly in that are guests as well. So we're repping Texas and Florida. So it sounds like we got to rep Florida and Texas now. So yes, I wanted to mention that. And then also mentioned this before, but sponsorship opportunities are available. Like Kathy was showing you guys the card earlier that will be in the welcome bags and stuff. We have a lot of sponsorship opportunities. We have the welcome bag. So even if you have a business card and you sell something, but you can't necessarily make it out this year and you want to make sure that your card is in their bag and maybe like a discount to your site or like a free pattern or whatever it might be. Or even if you sell something, you want to put it in a little Ziploc baggie, like, like these little like foil baggies, and send them with your card in it and like maybe a sample of fabric or whatever it might be. So fuse. You can send it to us and we'll make sure they go in the baggies, even if you can't make it as a vendor. And then we also have things like you can sponsor a whole room this year. So you don't even have to provide anything. You just sponsor the room. We have the raffle table, which is an amazing opportunity because everybody looks at the raffle table because there's so many goodies on it. There's a fashion show. We have prizes for that. We have the welcome bags. I'm missing something I can't think of, but if you come up with an idea, we also have that, like we'll work with people on unique ideas. Like we have the whole scavenger hunt is sponsored by String Theory Fabric Art this year. So lots of opportunities to get your name. And then we put it on the program as well. So people know who is a sponsor and who's a vendor and all that fun stuff. So yeah. And another reminder, I'm just full of reminders tonight, y'all. So machine rentals are available. Please let us know sooner rather than later. You don't have to put any money down. You don't have to do anything. You're just letting us know that you would like a machine to be reserved for you for a class or a day or a certain time, like a time of day, because they're going to be available during lunch times. They're going to be available at night. You can rent per day or per class or per time slot situation. And we have 12 machines. So please come like use these machines so they're not just sitting in my poor dining room. I get a lot of looks, especially this past week. I've had a lot of people come over the house, and all of them kind of look in my dining room, go, why do you have 12 sewing machine boxes in here? I'm like, well, I got a business and we want to make sure we had some machines for people this year. And I know a lot of you guys don't like flying with your machines, or you're new and don't have a machine yet and you just want to test the waters, because we do have some really great beginner classes available. The pocket pillow isn't filled up yet. That's a great class, especially if you have a kid that's interested, or you're new, or you haven't done sewing in a while and you want a very basic project. Great class, really cheap, really fun to do. There's a lot of classes that have availability. We're trying to post them on Instagram and Facebook every day or two, so that you guys know what's still available. Because I know you guys go on the class, book your classes, and a lot of the Friday classes are booked up, but a lot of the Saturday and Sunday classes aren't yet. So definitely check out what's available and buy those tickets. Okay, so I'll end it on this. My favorite question of every Wine and Chat is, well, what are you guys working on right now? I'll fill it in. I am not working on anything but Expo stuff and catching up on cleaning my house because it's messy. And dishes. So many dishes. Oh, and while you guys are telling me what you're currently working on, I did want to mention this. I posted this on the Expo group. And we were talking about Jeeps earlier. But if anybody's a Jeep owner or has a family member that's a Jeep owner, you might know about the Jeep duckies. I had heard about it before I became a Jeep owner, and now I'm in it, and it's amazing. Like when you get a certain car, and then all of a sudden you see that car everywhere. I see them everywhere, and so I got the duckies, but I got So Magical Expo duckies. Aren't they so freaking cute? And I did this by accident. I didn't realize when I ordered these, but they squeak. So careful around dogs and small children, because Luke has hijacked 5 of these, and and I have to go find them because I was like, they're not for you. You can have one. But yeah, so what we're doing with these, I know quite a few of you guys have already asked me if you could have some. Yes, I will send you some. Just ask me. Send me a message. And I said to people I was going to send them out this week. Again, life happened. It was great this week. So I'm going to catch up. Hopefully by tomorrow, I do have the duckies people have requested into the mail to you guys. I should have your addresses. If I don't, I'll message you. But my goal is, okay, so what you do with the duckies, if you guys don't know, most of the time they have a little tag on it that says you got ducked. And then it's a hashtag, and then you take the picture and you put it on Facebook or Instagram, and you can see like who gave you duckies. I got my first ducky. I was officially ducked on Father's Day at Disney. I took my dad to Disney, and I came back. I had a ducky, and it was like the most exciting thing that's happened to me in a month, which is really sad because it's a rubber ducky, man. But I saw a Jeep today with like a lineup of ducks on their dashboard, and I'm like, stop. I told Luke to grab the ducky, and he ran out of the car in the parking lot to go put the ducky in the door. But our goal is to put our business card timer on the neck with a little thing that says you got ducked by So Magical Expo, and it'll be marketing. It's a marketing ploy here. My business degree is going to use, I promise. But that way, we're going to try to hit up Hobby Lobbies and Joann's in Orlando. But if any of my amazing affiliates also want to do this with your affiliate link on it, I will print you some cards with your affiliate link on it and send you some duckies so you guys can give them out as well. I know a lot of you guys are Jeep owners. I'm amazed. And our goal, so I only got 300, and I'm saying I'm going to hand all these out. So I might have to order more before the Expo even comes. But at the Expo, if you bring your Jeep, if you're driving, Luke will be making a mission with Damien out to the parking lot to go put ducks on all the Jeeps that we find in the parking lot. So you can even get a Jeep. But if you don't bring your Jeep, but you're a Jeep owner, like come to the check-in desk, we'll give you one. But that we're planning on ducking you guys at the expo this year. Okay, I'm gonna read some comments. Oh, Lisa, backtracking a minute. Lisa, who's teaching. Oh, the table runner. Quilted table runner is the other class you're teaching. Her and her mom are amazing. They're teaching like a ton of classes this year. They are both beginner-based classes. And Japanese knot bag is a great beginner class for bag making. No hardware required, but still bag making. That's great. And then table runner is a great beginner quilting class. They're going to make it super easy by having most of the things cut for you. But those are really great beginner classes to just like get your feet wet and, learn a new skill. Because I know I'm not a quilter and I've always wanted to take a good, easy quilting class that makes me feel like I accomplished something that wasn't a massive quilt. So Catherine says, my son has a 1944 Ford GPW from World War II. That is so freaking cool. You and your son always have like the most interesting vehicles and machinery. You're going to have to post some pictures here soon on the website. They're very cool. Oh, and Kathy posted all the links and everything to all her stuff in the comments on Facebook. So if you guys want to check that out, definitely do. Oh, Carrie's got a Jeep Wrangler. Yes, ma'am. What are you doing? Carrie's one of our vendors this year too. She's got cover your fridge magnets, which will be a really cool little setup. And she's running the Christmas ornaments exchange. So if anybody wants to participate, see, I need to put these down. They keep squeaking. So if you want to join in on that exchange, that's always a fun exchange to get in on. There's a ton of exchanges. You guys need to go to events tab on either Facebook group or page, and we have them on the schedule of our website. On the schedule, we have links that link you back to the events. Yes, the ducks are so much fun. We love the ducks. Can you give ducks if you don't own a Jeep? Yes, I can send ducks even if you don't own a Jeep, or if you don't own a Jeep, yes, you can give out ducks. A lot of people do seem to like be previous owners, which I think Constance just said you were a Jeep Sahara owner previously. I think some of them still do give out the ducks because it is really fun, especially if you have kids. It's like going on Disney Cruise Line and you join the fish extenders and you just give stuff out. It's that fun feeling of like you gave somebody something new and exciting and different. Okay, what is everybody working on? Because I don't think I saw any yet. Did I? I haven't. Is nobody working on anything? Is everybody just taking a break in July? Like, I mean, honestly, though, it is July, guys. It's hot. It's hot here in Florida. Oh, Catherine says, my son has a restoration business for Army Jeeps and other military vehicles. When tanks come in, the fun begins. That sounds fun. Yeah, I love how mine's a Jeep Gladiator, which was inspired by the Willie, which is one of the military vehicles that they had used in the past. And there's like little Easter eggs all over it, which I just love. I think it's so neat. Am I blurry? I think my internet's acting up. Carrie is not working on anything. I feel you, girl. I'm not either. I need to. I have so like so many things cut over there. And I got asked to make two H2O to goes. One of my favorite patterns. I think they're fun. But I never make bags for people. Like I don't sell anything because I'm a perfectionist who feels like if something's off that I shouldn't charge for it. But that's me. And also I don't have time to make things to sell. And, but yeah, it's for some family. But yeah, I got to make some H2Os to goes. I picked out the fabrics. I just have to cut it. It's the fun part, right? Bags, making the bags. Thank you, Facebook user. And then, hi, Lillian, welcome. That's okay. You are always late though. What are you making since you missed it? You can rewatch this, Lillian, but you missed out on Kathy. We had some vendor announcements. Like, gotta catch up. Constance says, I'd love to hand out some ducks. I'm working on moving in and setting up my new sewing room at our new house. I'll have to send you my new address. Oh, yes, please send me your new address. So I do have that. But that's awesome. Congrats. And yeah, setting up a new sewing room is always fun. It's never fun having to reconfigure one because there's crap everywhere. And how do you organize all that to rearrange it? But I feel like moving into a new room would be fun to like just set it all up and like start fresh. All right, Catherine. Wow. You have 2 projects waiting, but working for my son this summer is exhausting. Well, it sounds like it if he owns a restoration of vehicles business, especially older ones like that. But that's fun. I'm excited. I can't wait to see what you bring this year for the Inspiration Hall and the fashion show. She makes the most beautiful historical outfits I've ever seen in person. It's insane. Lisa, we're starting the kits for our classes after next weekend. Yep, here's your other reminder. Don't forget, once again, class kits. The teachers are working. A lot of them are buying their supplies now, or they already bought them, so they kind of went out of pocket to go make sure they have everything ready for you guys. And then a lot of them, like Kathy said as well, it's like we're down to the wire now and you're having to get everything ready. So yes, definitely please buy your class kits. Thank you. Carrie says, I'm going to rewatch this tonight. I got here late. Oh, awesome. Yeah, definitely. These videos always stay on. They're on all 3 platforms still. YouTube, Facebook page, and Facebook group. They all get reposted as soon as we're done. And you should be able to see everything as is. And then on Facebook, you can see all the comments that everybody made throughout the live as well. I've been working at my old Cricut making cards. That's always fun. I like making cards on Cricut. I think that's what the original intention of a Cricut was back in the day. It's definitely not used just for that anymore. Hence all the Cricut classes and the scan and cut classes that we have this year, because there's so much to do. We have like the fabric cutting on the Cricut. We have Cricut 101, and then we have the scan and cut hands-on and the scan and cut presentation. There's a lot. Okay, well, hold on. Oh, question. You caught me right before I was going to get off, Lily. Saved. Hey, did you chat here about fabric needed for covering shoes? If so, I'll rewatch. Just wondering how much is needed. Ooh, good question. No, I did not talk about that. Actually, she was on earlier. Hey, Jennifer, are you still on and can answer this question? Jennifer Falcon, the one I mentioned earlier, she's the one teaching the how to cover shoes with fabric. I think that's the name of the class. No, I don't know off the top of my head, but I'm going to. Yeah, that's for Jennifer. Yeah, so you could message her as well, or you can write a post on the Facebook group and tag her in it. But I'm going to say, whatever shoes you plan on bringing. This is going to sound really bad because I don't have an exact number because everybody's shoe size is different. So I would round up whatever I'm going to say, but because I have tiny shoes, I have tiny feet, so tiny shoes, right? But I would take fabric, right, and put it over top of it and make sure that's big enough to go over it. Plus I would round up. That's kind of what I would do, but I don't think I have on there like an exact number. But I would hope Jennifer might have a scientific solution for you. Also, I don't know if there's a specific type. I do believe a lot of people use cotton lycra, like a knit material to do it. But I believe cotton woven would also work, or canvas. Again, do not quote me. I would definitely post it because I feel like that might be a question that not just you have. And then tag her in it and let's see if we get some answers here. She was on earlier, so I don't know if she's still here or she jumped off. Any other questions before I do knock off for the night? Knock off, is that the right terminology? Jump off. Ooh, and fun fact. The free pattern of the Expo logo that String Theory Fabric Art is sponsoring for us is now ready. So she just sent me a message while we're on here. Oh, they're so cute. Y'all have to come on Wine and Chat next week to see these, but they're so cool. She does such an amazing job. I love all the embroidery designers we have coming. And like Connie's the other one, Creations by Connie. Very excited. Okay, so I don't see any other questions coming in. So if you don't have any, I'm going to jump off. Hey, Catherine, I appreciate it. We're always here to make sure that you guys are having a great time and having these chats as often as we can. I feel like helps get you guys the information you need, but also you get to meet awesome, cool people like Kathy and all our other amazing vendors. And hopefully in the future, we will start doing ones for like the teachers as well. I'm trying to get all the vendors in before the expo, which fingers crossed, right? But yeah, maybe we'll do teachers as well in the future. So again, at any time you guys have questions, comments, concerns, please message me. You can message me personally on Facebook. It seems to always be the easiest way, but you can also contact us on the website. I hope you all have a great rest of your weekend. Thank you again, Kathy, for joining us. And I will see you guys back here on the 16th, but also keep an eye out for some fun announcements coming up here soon. Have a great rest of your Sunday. It's Sunday. Yes. Bye, guys.